can't believe it's been this long. A long time since a Hot Ones episode ended like the way it did. I'll get to that in a second. But if I were to say what my low, my high, my act of kindness was, I would say that my low is the fact, like, the weather was doing so well, and good news, it didn't snow. It actually didn't snow. We're free, sort of. Basically, it rained. Although, it seems to stop now, it has like that fog, whatever, so it's going to be like really dreary when I leave this morning. So, looking forward to that. My high is the fact that I had a very important meeting with someone very important. It was a nice meeting, a good meeting, a necessary meeting in my case. So that was wonderful. And my act of kindness was all throughout the day. You know, I was helpful to anyone who needed it. So that was very nice. Oh yeah, another part of my high is the fact that, there was no episode of Hot Ones. Full disclosure, hold on. Good morning, happy Friday, everyone. Full disclosure, like, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. Hot Ones is I almost said television, is an internet show. You know, if you want to watch that sort of thing, by all means do. No, this isn't me saying I'm not going to stop watching. I'm going to watch Hot Ones forever. I watch Hot Ones until, the end of time, if that is at all possible. But the fans of the show really do take things out of hand. Because in the end, these people are eating incredibly spicy wings. Sometimes, they're so incredibly hot that all it takes is like, they can only take like a small bite of each wing just to get through the gauntlet. I mean, that's how hot they are. And not to mention when they get to the bomb, it's rare anyone's ever really liked that one. But then we get to Pusha T, who was yesterday. And never have I ever, I don't think I've seen this, where throughout the entirety of the gauntlet, the first 7 wings, Pusha T nailed. Like, he didn't have any milk, no water, no grape soda, because he brought grape soda. He was doing, by all accounts, phenomenal. Like, really phenomenal. If we're being honest, he was doing better than I was doing. But then, and throughout this episode, like, they're talking about how important it is to, sometimes, you gotta take a break in between projects you're doing. We're talking about music, talking about how things evolved from Pusha T's time when he was younger to, where we are now. Like, this is really important stuff, and this is stuff that, I grew up with. It's that important. It's that important. I always say, like, important, like, I'm an upstate New Yorker. I'm not where, well, I have family that lives in Boston, but that's another story. Hold on. That's neat. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, now where was I? So, Pusha T is like nailing every single one of these wings. He's doing great. Like, he's gonna get through this no problem. And then he gets to the bomb, which I just mentioned, the bomb it not only is the hottest wing, but in terms of how much like capsaicin like per square ounce of it is or something, but it also doesn't taste very good. And needless to say, the bomb, as its name would probably suggest, destroyed Pusha T. He was completely out of it. Like, he really wanted to give up. And then, because, Sean Evans, one thing about Sean Evans, if you've never seen Hot Ones, one thing you gotta know about Sean Evans, who's the host of Hot Ones, outside the fact that he's a native of Chicago and he's a White Sox fan, is that Sean Evans is the best corner man in the game. It is incredibly rare that when people, are on the verge of giving up through Hot Ones, and Sean Evans is trying to talk them back into it, that even that doesn't work. So yes, Pusha T made the quote-unquote wall of shame. And again, he was doing so well. 7 wings, and he wasn't using any sort of milk or water or, soda, or again, the grape soda, nothing. But then he got to the bomb, and then it just destroyed him. I will admit, it is sort of on my bucket list to want to be on Hot Ones myself. And needless to say, I would do everything I could to make it through that gauntlet. But there are moments when I watch, I'm like, can I really do this? Like that certain level of doubt and uncertainty through it all. Because you guys know me. I love wings. Wings are they're the hors d'oeuvre of choice. They're the hors d'oeuvre on my full course menu of life. You give me 100 wings, you better believe I'm going to try and eat them all, That's just me. But with sauce as hot as this, and here's the thing, again, it's not that the bomb is hot. It also just doesn't taste good. It's been described as smoky, very smoky, which comes as no surprise. It's out of Kansas City. They're known for smoking and barbecue and stuff. That's no surprise there. Although, honestly, you think of Kansas City, you think of the city that thrives in 2 states. You think of the Kansas City Chiefs. You think of their barbecue. You wouldn't think they'd have a hot sauce that incredibly powerful, but they do. That reminds me, Chef Tom from ATBBQ.com, he'd be a great guest on Hot Ones, I think. I think he'd do well. I don't know. That's just me. See how Kansas City native handles the Kansas City creation of the bomb, So, if I learned, actually, full disclosure, if I am ever on Hot Ones, for years, I've actually been trying to sort of come up with a way to go after the wings of death, specifically the bomb, if I ever got that far. Well, of course I'd get that far. And right now, I actually have 2 strategies. I don't want to reveal them yet, though. I would reveal them, at the moment of truth. So, first week feast. If you ever want to have another guest on Hot Ones, call me up and fly me out. I'll do it, Although if I do that, I would like to bring, my folks with me, just because, I could use all the support I can get. Because these would be some very spicy wings. Very, very, very spicy wings. Ah, boy. Sometimes I just wonder, You know, how would I react if I was on Hot Ones actually? Like, I think, here's the thing. If I was ever on Hot Ones myself, I do know that going in, I would have two things going for me. The first would be, again, as I said before, Sean Evans is the best corner man in the game. If anyone can talk me back in to, giving up or wanting to throw in the towel, he could do it. I mean, he wasn't able to do it yesterday, but that was like a rare occurrence, especially when if Pusha T just made it through the bomb, he probably would have been able to get to the next two wings. I mean, that's how it works. Like, technically, yes, wings 9 and 10 are spicy, but they actually have flavor to them. Where again, the bomb is like smoky, bitter, very unpleasant. So if you can get to the bomb, you should almost pretty much be able to get through, whatever the ninth wing is in the last tab. I mean, that's usually how it works. So I think when it gets to the bomb, it's a mental game. Like, it all comes down to this: you're either in or you're out. And for me, the only way I would legitimately be going in is you gotta man up. You gotta do what I believe David Grohl did and just try putting the wings in the chokehold. I think it was David Grohl's episode where that happened. Again, Dave Grohl, I want to be your friend. Seriously, I still think about Dave Grohl's episode. I'm like, Dave Grohl, can I be your friend? I would be a good friend. It'd be wonderful. Neighbors. Let's see. And the other thing I would have going for me, going in, is, believe it or not, it would be because I'd be nervous going in. Because if there's one thing that we are all, there's one thing that connects all of us, it's that we are human. Neil deGrasse Tyson famously said, on Hot Ones, by the way, we are special because we are the same. The universe is made of hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen. We are made of oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen. We are the universe. The universe lives within us. We are human. We have emotions. We have cognitive thinking. And yes, those emotions is, some of those negative things like nervousness, anxiousness, in my case, a little bit of depression. But Hot Ones is something that I myself have always wanted to do. I'm a fan of the show, I know that the term for a Hot Ones fan is a Spice Lord, but personally I think it was a huge missed opportunity to just call us hotheads. That's just my personal preference. I'm fine with being called a Spice Lord. I just know a missed opportunity when I see it. So needless to say, I would be nervous going in. But if I wasn't nervous, because let me tell you something. Every person who's ever gone through absolutely every big event they have to do, whether, you know a really great example of this? Both teams that were in the Super Bowl, the Rams and the Bengals. You better believe all the guys on both sets of teams, they were completely nervous going into those games. And yeah, they try and tell themselves that they're going to win and, they can do this. But there is that feeling of, fear of the unknown, uncertainty. What's going to happen? Again, They were nervous. You know what that means? That means everyone gets nervous. But guess what? Those teams that went to the Super Bowl trained hard, worked hard, and did everything they could to prepare for it. And when the time came, regardless of whatever the outcome was, and believe it or not, this Super Bowl, it was a great Super Bowl. Wasn't that a great Super Bowl? They were ready. So if I was ever to take on the wings of death myself, even when I got up to the bomb, yes, I would be nervous. But if I wasn't nervous, then I wouldn't be ready. So you think about that for today, huh? Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms on YouTube. I am very homely. This video for all of you guys watching Joe Video. Hope we have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Hey, speaking of things that cool out heat, I got readers today. Can't wait for readers. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, we're here to win. And also, you're back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.